Hello viewers, welcome to another video here on the FM Scout YouTube channel, and for another tactic tester. It's been a while, it has indeed. This is the series where we go through the tactics that you upload on the FM Scout website and test them throughout a season or two. Now, we haven't done one for a while, and the reason why we've got one today is because we have a very interesting tactic. Stan, the owner of FM Scout, who sees all your tactics that you upload to the FM Scout website, messaged me and said, Luke, I think you should really try this one. It looks very interesting. The results looks quite good as well. Now, the reason, and you'll probably see it in the title of some sorts, is because Milinković-Savić, one of the best centre midfielders on this game, arguably the best if you pick him up, and value for money. He's expensive, but you can use him for like the next 7 years at an elite level. And he is insanely good on this game. It's being played out of position in a Libero, one of my favourite roles on this game. Let's have a look at it. So yes, this is the tactic, and we'll go over the tactic before we actually put Milinković-Savić in it. And I thought I would do 3 teams in this. So you're going to see Besiktas, Utrecht from Holland, and of course Lazio from Italy. And the reason why I'm going to go with Lazio is because he used Lazio, and I want to see what Milinković-Savić can do in a season for us in the Libero role. So the Libero is basically a centre-back role, and it's on attack. So, I mean, let's see what the actual role talks about first. So the description of it drops behind the defensive line, aiming to sweep up the through balls, picking up extra attackers, and make goal-saving tackles, blocks, and interceptions. But this is on attack. When within the attack duty, the Libero ventures much higher up the pitch to provide a goal-scoring threat from distance alongside looking to play in teammates. Now, Milinković-Savić, he's 6'4", 6'3", so he does suit being a centre-back height-wise. He has jump and reach of 17. He's as strong as an ox with an 18 strength as well. Great natural fitness and stamina, so he has the very good physical roles for a Libero. Not to mention, if you have a look at his mental stats, he's very well-rounded as well. His mental attributes, I apologise. He's very well-rounded. It's the technicals, though. It's the technicals. 13 tackling. Marking okay is low at 8. 18 heading. So he can be quite a good centre-back. Positioning is 12. Questionable. But going forward, 15 long shots, 15 finishing, dribbling, first touch, passing, 16 technique. I'm very intrigued to see what Sergei Milinković-Savić can do in that Libero role if we simulate one whole season, not playing him, but having him just highlighted in that role. And how I'll do it is when you go on holiday, you go on holiday and you select use current teams when possible, and it will literally pick a side, and every time Milinković-Savić is available, it will put Milinković-Savić in that Libero role. SMS, we'll call him for short. It's a mouthful having to say that all the time. But the rest of the tactic goes like this. We have an advanced forward on attack, a target man on support, an attacking midfielder on attack, Mezzala, box-to-box midfielder, 2 wing-backs on attack, and outside of Milinković-Savić in that Libero, we have the no-nonsense centre-back and the ball-playing defender, both on defence, with a sweeper keeper on support. It's a positive mentality. In possession, we look to go through the middle, where SMS sits, overlapping on both wings, playing out of defence, of course, using SMS. There's nothing technical here, whipping the balls in, playing for set pieces, standard and slightly higher tempo. Questionable. On the in transition, it is a gegenpress, what everyone's used to. Distributing the ball to the Libero, not taking the long kicks. Out of possession, a high line of engagement and a much higher defensive line. Not using the offside trap because that is not what the Libero does. So if you're using a Libero and you're playing the offside trap, you might find yourself giving away a lot of goals where the offside trap doesn't really work because your Libero is keeping everyone onside. That might be your problem. This also prevents the short goalkeeper distribution. There's no sort of like outside like roles for everyone else. So like I say, we have Utrecht, we have Besiktas, we have Lazio, all fixed to play this tactic for a whole season, and I'm going to be simulating one whole year. Let's see how they get on. Before we actually go through that, I do believe Lazio is predicted to finish top 4. Utrecht is sort of mid-table, Besiktas in the top 3, which is the reason why I picked all of them. But now, let's go forward one season. How about that? We skip forward a season, and Utrecht has done the business using this tactic. I mean, they are some way off Ajax. Let's have a look at it a little bit more in detail. They are some way off Ajax by a considerable amount, 17 points. See, I used the considerable amount then to work out how much. I'm a genius, really. Feyenoord finishing in 3rd place. And while I speak about Feyenoord, if you haven't seen yet, I do have a brand new save. World Rotterdamination using Feyenoord in the World Super League. Transitions everywhere. So far, the support has been amazing on the save, so I thank you very much for everyone who has come across and enjoyed it so far. And you can even download the database, the exact database that I am using, and I'll talk to you about that more in the first video of that series. So please, I'll leave a link to it up here, and I'll leave a link to it at the end of the episode. Of course, you can have a look at my channel, and you'll find it there anyway. World Rotterdamination. They finish in 3rd place, AZ finish in 4th, PSV all the way down in 7th place. Not a very good time for PSV. On the stats then, overview. Utrecht scored the most goals. Surprising. Above Ajax, who scored, who played a lot more games than them. They scored more goals. They aren't necessarily the top of everything else. They're not even very high on the clean sheet, so I'd imagine 13th. Only 9 clean sheets. They conceded 41 goals in total. So it's not the best. Least conceded 17 goals. How the hell have they kept that many? How have they kept it that low? Just conceding 17 goals. If they could score, if they used Boadu correctly, and they probably sold Boadu, if they could use him correctly, they would dominate this league. So I think we can agree then that Utrecht did very well using this formation. I wonder though, who played in that DM in the Libero role. So we have, we'll go by this, 14 goals for Kleiber. He was a fullback. So by process of elimination, I reckon it's Hoogma. I reckon this man played in the Libero role because he scored a fair amount of goals. Let's see. I think it's this one. It is. So he played. It doesn't actually say the role that they played, but I imagine it is the Libero role. 52 games. I like that. I like that. Scoring 10 goals. How many of them was in the league? So he scored 7 goals in the league. 2 assists. 3 player of the matches. He's done very well. Only on loan, unfortunately. So if Utrecht continued, they would have to sign a new Libero. Maybe they could get SMS. Probably not. I very much doubt they have that much money. However, Champions League now for them. That's quite good. Right, okay. Let's have a look at how Besiktas done. Yes, I'm going to Besiktas next, which means the SMS sort of mission or the experiment we're doing with SMS at the Libero role is going to be last. That is a trick I am playing on you. But Besiktas also finished in 2nd place. Now, they were predicted to finish 3rd, so they got 1 higher than what they are they're supposed to do. And Galatasaray, who run the league again, just like what Ajax did in the Dutch league there, has done very well. Besiktas, I still think that is quite good, though. I do really think that is quite good. If we have a look at the profile, do they have the top scorer or anything like that? They have no one other than Adam Ljajic, or Zajic. I don't really know. My Serbian is off. Very good technicals, though. Got the most assists in the league with 16. So I wonder where he played. Probably centre midfield, because there isn't I probably played in that position there. So that's understandable. Stats wise, they scored the 2nd amount of goals in the league, behind Galatasaray by 1. So that's not too bad. Conceded, they were 3rd, so they were better at conceding goals than Utrecht were, and better at conceding means that they conceded less. That's what I mean by that. I definitely pressed record, right? I did. Can you imagine if I didn't? Fuming. So I think we have a look at their side, and it does look like Rocco was the man who played in the Libero role. How has he been getting on so far this season? In fact, I don't think he was. So if we have a look at the squad then, actually we'll go tactics. We'll do what we did last time, and we go get rid of every other position. See if we can see who scored the most goals and whether they were the Libero. So, Usal looks like he scored the most goals in the league anyway, but he could have been playing as a DM. I mean, we can see that if we go on tactics. So he played 15 and 15. That's annoying. It could have also been Victor Ruiz, who did quite well. But maybe I don't think they had a Libero-suited player for this league, Besiktas. Okay, without further ado, let's see. It is Lazio. They finished in 4th place. They finished where they're supposed to, which, all in all, is actually a success. The Serie A is a very difficult league, with Inter Milan, Roma, and Juve all finishing above Napoli and Milan, though. So I think they've done quite well. However, the highest rating was Luis Alberto, and I think he plays in the attacking midfielder role, and he does pick up quite a lot of goals and assists. He did 21 assists there. Ciro Immobile, 33 goals this season. That's quite good. So, if we have a look at the profile, where are we here? So, average rating was dominated by Juve. Wow. Oh my god. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 39 goals in the league that only has 38 games. How? I mean, we're going off on a tangent. 36 games, he scored 39 goals. You got to hand it to him. That is amazing. Lazzari managed to get 15 assists. Luis Alberto got 14 in the league. So that's quite good. Now, stats-wise, most goals were Juve. Lazio was second. Juve absolutely dominated that. Least conceded, 6th. But what we want to see, how did Milinković-Savić do in this role? I mean, he's injured at the minute. Hopefully that wasn't playing a factor. How did he get on? He scored 11 goals and 4 assists. And remember, if he is playing, he has to play in the Libero role. He played 58 games in that role. 7.42. And a 7.3 rating overall in the league. 4 player of the matches. That's outstanding. That is outstanding. Can we see how many goals that was outside of like set pieces? We can on this page. So he only actually scored 1 penalty in the league. 1 out of 1 as well. 2 penalties in the Euro Cup. So 10 goals were scored from either open play or a free kick, because you can't necessarily see the free kick unless it's on here. Maybe you can. So overall, I think that is a bit of a success. I do think this tactic is very good. The Libero on the attack is a weird formation to use, but with the right man, I think you can get a bit of success about that. If you built a side around this and have Milinković-Savić used in that role, instead of one of these roles, which maybe he would be better suited, the box-to-box midfielder would be better suited for him. But as an interesting experiment, I quite like that. Let me know down in the comments below if you've ever used a random player in a different formation, in a different position, a different role that they are not used to. That'll be interesting to see what all of your stuff and your experiments that you've come up with. Drop a like on the video if you can, that'll be fantastic. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And remember, we're at World Rotterdam-nation. The link is down in the description to go over to my channel. Or wait to the end, there's a link there as well. My name is Omega Luke. I'll see you for the next Tactic Tester here on FM Scout. Bye-bye.